Okay, welcome back to the channel, everyone. I thought since I was organizing my story card binder, it'd be a good time to do a binder tour of it. So the first page are my Morpekos. Of course, here he's stealing food and then he's getting chased. So those are some of my favorites. Um, these two I just thought were really funny, Morpekos. What else do I got in here? The Drift Bloom cards. This Pokemon is probably one of my favorites just because of the lore behind the Pokemon of him stealing children. So if you don't know the lore, the idea is that kids grab onto the balloon and then they carry them off to the afterlife. So like super creepy stuff from Pokemon. This one's not quite done yet. Then this is another of my favorites. Trubbish, he's stuck on deserted island. And then Fionn in the second card. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah. Fionn in the second card sees him and he's like, hey, I'll get help. And then in the last card here, Fionn has signaled down in Empoleon, and Trubbish is riding off the island on the back of an Empoleon. It's super cute. I love it. Of course, I also have one of my favorites. Sorry, my dog is being weird. One of my favorites here is the Charmander evolution line. So him and his trainer growing up together to turn into Charizard. This is one of 3 Charizard cards I own. I'm not a Charizard fan. I don't like them. But I love this story of them growing up. And of course, I love my Eevees. So I have Eevee swimming in the water, and then presumably I've decided that Eevee has evolved into Vaporeon. Which in the connecting art, the Vaporeon is actually under this Eevee. It connects. Another of my favorite Eevee cards where Eevee's hanging out in the moonlight next to the water and then evolves into Umbreon. And of course, more Eevee. In the first one, Eevee comes up on the flower. The second one, we can see Glaceon by the same flower. And then finally in the spring, there's a Leafeon that comes across the same flower. Super cute. These are just some of my other favorite ones. I'm not a big Machoke fan, but I think this 151 illustration rare is just fire with Machoke helping his trainer like move in or move out. I'm not sure. I think they're moving, I want to say in. I'm not sure. And then, of course, my Arven. I have the Arven in the Mabastoff, where Arven's making sandwiches. I have to get this card in English now because I found the Arven in English, so I'll have to figure that one out. What else do I have in here? The Sandy Glass, I don't even know what Pokemon this is, and the Mudkip just playing by the beach, so I love this connecting artwork, and Mudkip is super cute, so that was on my must-buy list. And then last Saturday, I actually just finally got the Emboar card, so I completed the Tepig, Pignite, and Emboar line growing up with their trainer. So that was super cute, and I was happy to have finished that. These are just, I keep my dark cards in here. I don't know why I've decided to put them in my story binder, but I love all the dark cards, so I put on these like cracked hollow sleeves, and then I just throw them in my story binder. Love it. And of course, the Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Pidgeot story connecting art cards. I love these. Who doesn't love the Pikachu running through the field card? That is sick. Love it. And then on Saturday, I just finished, I got the matching Raichu running through the same field. This is another, actually, of my absolute favorite story cards. Charmeleon is, like, gathering up some berries and doesn't notice the Swablu behind him. And so he, like, rests his tail on the Swablu, ultimately burning the Swablu, and the Swablu gets like super mad at him and flies away, and you can just see the Charmeleon in the background being like, dude, what the F did I do? It's really cute. I love it. Oh, the Chespin, where he's like rummaging in the tree for the berries, and then he like knocks a bunch out and falls out himself and wakes up the Snorlax. You can see in the first card the Snorlax is just sleeping right there. So this one, I don't have the Clefairy yet, but somebody I met on Saturday, well, bumped into, I knew them before, has the Clefairy, so she's going to bring it on Wednesday to trade night. But Hypno here has hypnotized Clefairy, which we can see in the background, and then the matching card for this is like a close-up of the Clefairy, so I can't wait to get that one, which is Clefairy number 61 from Broken Heavens. So super stoked about that. I love this one too, because you've got him swimming here and he's just like minding his own business, and then just in the background you can see Cramorant dives for hunting, and then he just like eats them. So I don't know, I thought this was supposed to be like a kids card game, but apparently kids need to learn about the food cycle. What else do we have here? Oh, I love the Litten one where he's like in the corner and then he evolves into Torracat, and Torracat like dives at the Love Disc tank. And then in the last one, I don't know if he like managed to get a Love Disc or if they all survived because he's like burping water, but I'm just assuming that they all survived because I love fish. So that's the story that I'm sticking with. This one's another of my favorites, where Natu's like all cold and they're kind of freezing, and then Bouffalant comes along and like provides them a little nesting area. I absolutely adore that one. And then we have Mudkip here, who's like just hanging out, and it starts to like rain, and then he like hides underneath the dock, I guess, like a dock that's nearby, to wait out the rain. I absolutely love these cards. And then, of course, the Cubone is rather heartbreaking. If you know the lore behind Cubone, you know that he wears his mom's mask. So then you have, like, the mom and the kid in the background, and then Cubone's, like, notices them, and he gets all sad and is hugging his bone. And it's really, really sad and kind of depressing. This is another of my favorites. Meowth here is like super, super happy that he found these berries. And then you see him in the next card, just like beat up in the background, and Inkay has totally stolen his food. I think that's absolutely hilarious. Okay, these two aren't story cards, but I did win a giveaway from Mimic Brew. And I won the Ludicolio, and then he like signed a card. So that's why those are in my story binder, because they make a really great story. And then the Solrock and the Lunatone. Those are well-known connecting art cards. I really love them. Of course, the Elective and the Magmortar, same thing, where they're kind of like clearly getting along here for some reason, and then they're like, ooh, campfire. These ones aren't story cards per se, but they are like connecting art cards, and I really just love all of these cards, so I'm trying to collect all of them from this set. And this one, I'm only missing one, which I'll be getting, but I really love this storyline here with Lily and the evolving. So I'm just missing this one. And then I believe that, oh, I have one more. Okay, so I just have the Score Bunny and the Slowpoke, which I love these cards. So Slowpoke is just like hanging out with his friends in a field, and I think that that is absolutely adorable. Okay, so that's the quick tour of my story binder. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, all the things. It really helps out my channel, and I will catch you in the next one.